There was a time when the automobile represented far more than simple transportation in America. For millions of families, a car symbolized freedom, success, independence, and the promise of a better future. Long before modern technology filled dashboards with screens and sensors, American cars had personality. They had style. They had presence. The roar of a V8 engine, the shine of polished chrome, the feeling of driving down an open highway with the windows down. These became unforgettable parts of American life. During the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, the American automobile industry entered what many still consider its golden age. These weren't just machines. They were symbols of an entire era. Tonight, we're going back in time to explore how classic American cars became legends and why they still capture the imagination of generations today. In the years following World War II, America experienced an extraordinary economic boom. Factories expanded rapidly, suburbs grew across the country, and millions of families achieved levels of prosperity that previous generations could barely imagine. For the first time, car ownership became accessible to ordinary middle-class Americans on a massive scale. Automobiles transformed daily life. Families could travel farther, explore new places, and experience a level of mobility never seen before. New highways connected cities and states across the nation. Small towns became linked to major urban centers. Weekend road trips became part of American culture, and at the center of it all stood the American car. By the 1950s, companies like Ford, Chevrolet, Cadillac, Dodge, Pontiac, and Chrysler competed fiercely to build vehicles that were not only practical, but beautiful. Style became just as important as performance. Every year brought larger designs, brighter colors, more chrome, and bold new ideas. Owning a car became a statement. The 1950s introduced some of the most iconic automobile designs in American history. Inspired partly by aviation and the space age, cars featured dramatic tail fins, sweeping body lines, massive grilles, and elegant chrome details. Manufacturers wanted cars to feel futuristic. At night, dealership showrooms glowed under bright lights as families walked among rows of shining vehicles. For many Americans, buying a new car became one of the proudest moments of their lives. Brands competed aggressively through television commercials, magazines, and roadside advertisements. Every company promised excitement, comfort, luxury, and modernity. The cars themselves reflected the optimism of post-war America. Everything seemed bigger, faster, brighter. The open road felt endless. Classic American cars became deeply connected to youth culture. Teenagers gathered at drive-in restaurants, movie theaters, and parking lots to show off their vehicles. Cars became social spaces. Young couples listened to music on the radio while parked beneath glowing neon signs. Friends cruised through town on warm summer nights. The automobile changed dating, entertainment, and daily routines. By the late 1950s and early 1960s, car culture had become one of the defining features of American life. Drive-ins spread across the country. Gas stations developed their own distinct style. Roadside diners flourished along expanding highways. The entire nation seemed designed around the automobile, and for millions of Americans, that felt exciting. During the 1960s, American automakers entered a new era focused on raw power and performance. This was the birth of the muscle car. Cars like the Ford Mustang, Chevrolet Camaro, Dodge Charger, Pontiac GTO, and Plymouth Barracuda became legends almost instantly. These vehicles featured powerful V8 engines, aggressive styling, and a sense of speed that captured the imagination of young Americans. The sound alone became unforgettable. The deep rumble of a muscle car engine echoed through American streets and highways. For many drivers, These cars represented freedom itself. Advertising campaigns emphasized excitement, individuality, and rebellion. Muscle cars quickly became symbols of confidence and American engineering. Even today, decades later, their designs remain iconic. As interstate highways expanded during the 1950s and 60s, road trips became a central part of American family life. Families packed station wagons with luggage, coolers, and maps before heading out across the country. Vacations by car became traditions. Children stared out windows at deserts, mountains, small towns, and roadside attractions. Gas stations, motels, diners, and billboards lined the highways. The road itself became part of the adventure. The automobile gave Americans a powerful sense of independence. People no longer depended entirely on trains or buses. They could go where they wanted, when they wanted. That feeling became deeply connected to the American identity. While muscle cars dominated youth culture, luxury vehicles represented another side of the Golden Age. Cadillac became one of the most prestigious brands in America. Large luxury sedans offered soft interiors, smooth rides, powerful engines, and elegant designs. Owning a Cadillac often symbolized success. For many Americans, it represented having finally achieved the American dream. Luxury cars featured innovations that felt advanced for their time. Power windows, air conditioning, automatic transmissions, large bench seats, and polished dashboards created a feeling of comfort and sophistication. Cars were no longer simply tools. They became experiences. Throughout the country, automobile shows became major attractions. Manufacturers revealed new models with dramatic presentations, flashing lights, and rotating stages. Crowds gathered to admire futuristic concepts and cutting-edge designs. The automobile industry became one of America's greatest sources of national pride. Factories employed millions of workers. Cities like Detroit became symbols of industrial strength. American cars were exported around the world. For decades, the United States led the global automobile market. By the 1970s, however, the automobile industry began facing major challenges. Oil crises, changing fuel prices, economic uncertainty, and foreign competition started reshaping the market. Large, powerful cars became more expensive to operate. Consumer preferences slowly began to change. At the same time, safety regulations and environmental concerns influenced new designs. The era of giant chrome-heavy vehicles gradually faded. But even as the industry evolved, classic American cars had already secured their place in history. They had become cultural icons. Today, classic American cars continue attracting collectors, enthusiasts, and nostalgic admirers across generations. Car shows still fill parking lots and fairgrounds. Restored Mustangs, Chevrolets, Cadillacs, and Chargers continue drawing crowds wherever they appear. Many older Americans remember these cars not only as vehicles, but as pieces of their own lives. They remember family vacations, first dates, summer nights, road trips, drive-ins, the smell of gasoline and leather interiors, the sound of old radios playing through open windows. These memories remain powerful because classic American cars represented more than transportation. They represented a unique moment in American history, a time of optimism, growth, confidence, and freedom. The golden age of American cars was about far more than engines, chrome, or speed. It was about identity, about culture, about a nation discovering what modern life could feel like. Few inventions shaped American society more deeply than the automobile. Classic cars changed how Americans traveled, worked, dated, vacationed, and dreamed. Even now, decades later, these vehicles continue reminding people of a very different America. An America filled with open highways, glowing neon diners, drive-in theaters, and endless possibilities beyond the horizon. And perhaps that's why the golden age of American cars still feels so unforgettable. Because for many people, those cars represented the feeling of freedom itself. If stories like this remind you of the America we all remember, subscribe to our channel and watch our previous videos. And if you enjoyed this journey, please leave a like. It truly helps us keep these stories alive.